What's up, you guys? Welcome to my kitchen. Today I have a quick crock pot, easy to make recipe. I'm making chicken and dumplings, and it is the best chicken and dumplings that I've ever had. And I'm gonna show you what you need. You're gonna need your measuring cup. I'm using 3 boneless chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 2 cans of corn, and some black pepper, some chicken broth, some seasoned salt. You're gonna get your Campbell's cream of chicken. We're gonna use 8 cans. We have a big family and we also make for like leftovers. So we're gonna use 8 cans today. And no, we're not using biscuits or lumpy dough balls or anything like that. A lot of people use it, which is fine. But in this house, we don't use biscuits in our chicken and dumplings. We're gonna use some pie crust. Each of these come with 2. We're gonna use 3 crust. And then of course you need your crock pot. So keep on watching so you can see how we get it done. So here are the chicken breasts cut up. You can slice them in halves or in 3s, whichever you like. And I'm gonna show you the next step. There's a little twist to how we prepare our chicken. All right, you guys, so you're gonna take your seasoned salt and you're gonna lightly season the chicken because all the other ingredients that we're gonna be using has plenty of salt and you don't want a salty chicken or salty chicken and dumplings. So very light on the seasoning. Now we're gonna flip them and do the same on the other side. Like I said, light on the seasoning, you guys. Trust me, your chicken is still gonna have flavor, but you don't want no salty chicken either. Surprise, surprise, people. No, we do not cook our chicken in the crock pot and shred the hell out of it. We want flavored, nice, textured chunks up in our chicken and dumplings. So you're gonna butter a pan and you are going to pre-cook them, not super fried, on like medium to high heat, but you're going to pre-cook them. They do not have to be cooked all the way because you're gonna have it slow cooked in the crock pot and it's going to be cooked all the way by the time it's done. So we're gonna finish pre-cooking these and then I'll show you what it looks like and we'll continue with the rest of the recipe. All right, you guys, so far this is how you kind of want your chicken to look like. We added some more butter just to give it some caramelization. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah, give it some flavor, that buttery, and then your seasoned salt. So while this is cooking, I'll show you what I'm doing in the meanwhile. Went ahead and opened all 8 cans of the cream of chicken. Just a quick little note, normally we buy the cream of chicken, which is herbs, but due to the whole COVID thing, we couldn't find any. So we're using just the regular cream of chicken, which is equally fine. And my 2 cans of corn, we drained the water out of it. And so far, that's what we got going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the chicken off and show you what that looks like next. All right, you guys, so this is how your chicken should look. It's just like lightly browned on each side. It's not perfectly like completely cooked through the middle because it's gonna cook in the crock pot. And now we're going to dice them up. Not really dice them, but we're going to cut them in little pieces. You can slice them, do bigger chunks. It's up to you. I'm going to show you how I cook them. The whole purpose of me seasoning it, I just feel that when most people put their chicken in the crock pot, just thrown in there and then shredded, I just feel like you're basically having boiled chicken with cream flavor. This way you have a separate, seasoned, nicely textured, cooked chicken aside. It just adds more flavor to everything else that you're going to throw on there. So anyway, let me get to cutting everything up and show you how I do the rest. All right, you guys, so while my chicken is cooling just a little bit, and we've already heated up the crock pot, we've had it on low just so it can be nice and warm and you're not just throwing everything raw cold in there. I'm gonna dump all the cans in of our cream of chicken. So we have emptied all the 8 cans of cream of chicken into our crock pot. And the next thing you are going to need is about 4 cups of water. And then just a little reminder, this chicken broth is a concentrated chicken broth. So I would start small and then add to it as you go if you want. Because you don't want your stuff salty, so you can always add as it's cooking to your liking or your saltiness and flavor. But we're going to use 2 tablespoons. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of broth into the water mix. All right, so we have our little broth mixture here. The reason why we use the chicken broth instead, because this cream of chicken needs to be diluted. You need to mix it, cut it with water. But instead of just having like plain water where it's more diluted, you want to add the concentrate to make chicken broth. It gives more of that chicken flavor to your dumplings. So we're going to dump that right in. All right, so we're going to dump in that broth mixture. And you are going to stir it. It's gonna look all crazy and lumpy and all of that, but I promise you it's going to be the best chicken and dumplings you've ever had. All right, you guys, so we're gonna just do them in strips and just cut them across that way. As I mentioned, if you want giant chunks, that's on you. If you want smaller chunks, it's just depending the texture and how you like it. So this is kind of the size chunks that we like to throw in there. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and chopped up all the pieces of chicken. So this is what it should look like. Our cream of chicken mix should look like this. You just keep stirring it. It's gonna be lumpy and stuff, but as it heats up and cooks, I promise you it's not gonna be this way. And now we are going to dump our chicken mix into the crock pot. Anyway, you guys, you definitely need to try this recipe. I'm telling you, it's a great, cozy, especially that it's cold outside, winter, when you feel like you want that comfort food. This is definitely it. I want to give credit to my husband. This is his recipe, and he is a great cook. and you should give it a try. Easy, dump and go type of meal, and you don't have to worry about, you know, slaving over a stove. All right, so we're gonna get all this stirred up nicely in there. And then we are gonna take our 2 cans of corn, dump those babies right in. And mix the way. You're gonna keep mixing just so everything is nicely mixed. So here's everything mixed together. We got our chicken, the corn, all the other stuff. We are now going to put our pie crust in them. Basically, I'm gonna tear pieces off and throw them right in here. All right, you guys, so now we're up to the pie crust. I have my 3 here that we're gonna use. And all we're going to do is tear them some chunks about this size. Throw them on there. And as you're throwing them on, you want to just like mash them down in there. You don't want to stir them. You just dump them right in like so. And we continue to do the same exact thing for all 3. So I'll be right back once I'm done putting all 3 pie crust in here. All right, you guys, so now we have all the pie crust pieces in there. Everything is nicely put together. I have my cooker on low, which is about 8 hours, but this will technically be done within 5 to 6 hours. So let's say if you're at work and you just did this before you left, nothing will happen to it if you slow cooked it on 8. It doesn't change a thing. It'll be perfectly fine. When you come home, you can add some black pepper at the end for extra flavors, more chicken broth if you need to. If you want it a little bit more salty or whatnot. If you are at home doing this, half of the cooking time, you can come check it, add your pepper or broth if you want. Either way, it doesn't matter. And yeah, you guys, so I'm gonna leave it to cook, and I will be back when it's done to show you the final results. All right, you guys, so here we are, finishing up the chicken and dumplings. I put the pepper in my hands just so you have an idea of how much I throw in. So we're just gonna sprinkle that all over. And mix it up. All right, you guys, so the chicken and dumplings are finally done. I want to show you the dumpling, the size, and how good it looks. It's a nice thick broth. It's not watery, and it has wonderful flavor. And like I said earlier, please go try it out. You will not regret at all. So now it's time to serve. All right, you guys, so dinner is served, and my daughter here wants to do a taste test. It's really hot, Julie, so blow. So we got a thumbs up. Okay.
That's cute.
To quickly show you the consistency, all the chunks of the dumpling and the chicken, and yeah, you guys. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this quick little recipe. It is definitely our family approved. It is delicious. It's my husband's little specialty recipe that he came up with. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Have a cozy evening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell for more videos. Leave me some love in the comments. And yeah, have a good evening. Bye.